Good evening, everyone. Welcome to meeting of New Jersey Electric Vehicle Association. My name is Stan Yarach. I'm acting president, and we can start right now. For your information, this deck will be available for those who view the recording, as well as the recording by itself. Our sponsors are Genesco Sports Enterprises, Sioka Chevrolet of Princeton, and Signature Detailing New Jersey. We are very grateful for their support, and we hope they will renew their sponsorship gifts. Today, I will be talking about what's new. I will be talking about a debrief from recent events. Our previous virtual meeting was actually in March, so lots of things has happened. And the reason why we do not have virtual meeting in April and May is because we are in the field, and we support many green teams and environmental commissions in their quest to bring more awareness about electric vehicles in their communities. So we are talking about the Drive Electric Earth Month. But more than that, because in May, we cannot call it Drive Electric Earth Month. We'll talk about the member updates. We have great news. We have even more members than ever before. There are some new exciting things going on at the national level. Then I will try to go through some information that we have about Tesla superchargers at New Jersey Turnpike being removed. And I will invite everyone to upcoming events. We always need you. And we'll announce the next meeting. So those of you who are new here about the Electric Vehicle Association, our mission is to educate and advocate for rapid adoption of electric vehicles. The national EVA was founded in 1967, so there was a long tradition. And we are North America's largest nonprofit that accelerates the adoption of electric vehicles. There are about 100 chapters. New Jersey Electric Vehicle Association is one of them. And we are involved in countless initiatives and projects throughout, in our case, New Jersey. We are a nonprofit 501c3. All donations are 100% tax deductible. Now let's switch gears and talk about Drive Electric Earth Month debrief. Plus means anything after April. And some of it was mentioned in our newsletter, but I wanted to just give shout out to all the volunteers who contributed to success of these events. I can start with on top with first responder electric vehicle awareness in Lyndhurst, which was first event in collaboration with Easy Ride. We had very nice representation. We had about 9 electric vehicles, and we had about 40 first responders. Every time you see the link, when you hit the link, you can see the photo album. Speaking of which, I should be able to put the link to this deck into the chat, so you can look into the photos, and you can actually walk yourself through the deck at your pace. The next event to show is Earth Day Fair at New Jersey Institute of Technology. The captain for the event was Andy Samsu. It was on Wednesday, April 23rd, and we met lots of students. We were joined also by some dealers, local dealers, who were able to bring vehicles. Dealers participate in our events Mondays through Friday. Most of our events are on Saturday and Sunday. So the next event to report is Earth Day Fest at Trailside Nature and Science Center. It was very well attended. We had about 3,000 or 4,000 attendees. Again, you can check out the photo. It was actually on the day, April 27th, when there were 5 EV shows in the state. We were co-sponsoring 3 of them, and the other 2 were sponsored by New Jersey Sierra Club, and I can't recall the 5th one. But our events were in Mountainside, in East Hampton, and Madison Borough. So all these events, hit the link. You can see the photos. Moving on to May events. So we started with May 3rd on Saturday. It was we still call it Drive Electric Earth Day or Earth Month, because it was originally scheduled for April, but it was moved. So this is actually in Franklin High School. This is the school where my kids go to, and so it was very exciting. Both of my kids were in attendance. My wife was there, the whole family, kids, and we had lots of electric vehicles. And nice weather. And this event actually coincided with National EVA annual meeting and award ceremony. I should have a little bit more information in one of the next slides. It was in Schenectady, and we received 2 awards. So wait for the next slide. On May 9th, we had medium and heavy duty EV show at Sustainable Jersey Summit. For this event, we partnered with, besides Sustainable Jersey, with New Jersey Clean Cities Coalition, Caroline McCallum. Wonderful event, lots of big vehicles. We had school buses, we had garbage truck class 8. We had pickup trucks, and we had a DC fast charging portable unit. And that was very valuable because some of the medium heavy duty vehicles, they arrived on their own, and they were benefiting from getting extra charge. So they, when they returned back to the depot, they didn't have to stop for charge. Wonderful event, and it really shows our excellent, wonderful collaboration with Sustainable Jersey. It's annual event, and we also partnered with DEP. They organize the ride and drive section with personal vehicles, and I tell you that the number of electric vehicles that were available for test drive, it's just amazing. There were like 20 vehicles. I will be talking about another event in American Dream Mall that did not have as many electric vehicles. I may also have a reference to EV Show as part of the National EVA annual meeting in Schenectady. Most of the electric vehicles were by owners, but we didn't have as many vehicles there actually, and certainly not as many available for test driving. Moving on, May 10th on Saturday was another session of first responder EV awareness along with Easy Ride. Very exciting. And here we have Fleet Sustainability Expo on May 14th. We looked into the session on first responder EV training. It was managed by Melissa Evanigo from New Jersey DEP. And she made reference to our program that we have with Easy Ride and with Mike Hornsby. So there was a mention on that. And you can check out the photos. Also, EV show at Glen Ridge Arts and Eco Fair. Captain was Dennis Burzan. You can check out those photos. This was our second event with them. And here comes the EV Expo by Charge EVC in American Dream Mall in East Rutherford. It was a 4-day event. The first day was reception and awards. The second day were presentations, and we joined them for the ride and drive. This section was co-organized by Plug-in America, and lots of volunteers from NJEVA were there to help and to assist with the test drives. And there were over test drives over 2 days. So although they didn't have as many vehicles as in Sustainable Jersey, because they had 2 days, they actually hit higher number. In Sustainable Jersey Summit, we didn't have 100 test drives because there was barely half day available for that. So we have membership updates. This is some of the very exciting thing here, and that's a reason that's a result of the EVA meeting, because the EVA meeting requires that all attendees are members. So that helped us to spur the registration numbers, and particularly in the context that the meeting was for the first time on East Coast. So welcome new members: Anabel Caballero, Abelardo Conesa, Scott Gomez, Amy Green, Ron Grossinger. You may remember Ron Grossinger gave presentation years ago. He is probably one of the only two people in New Jersey who can convert gas cars into electric. He has shop in North Jersey. Michael Hornsby. Michael Hornsby is our in-house presenter, instructor for the first responder program. It's wonderful. He's also adjunct professor at NJIT, and his job is at the Board of Public Utilities. He's working in the energy storage department. Very exciting. Martina Yaracheva, that would be my daughter. Byron Kwa, that's spouse of Ashley Lynn Kwa. And we are also grateful for renewals: Michael Apple, Anthony Asuncion, Mark Lowenberger, and Michael Moy. Thank you very much. And now we have 70 active members. So we are very excited about it, and we would like to thank everyone who is member of NJEVA. Here we have national EVA updates, and here we have also the information about the Schenectady meeting. So from top, we have new EVA leadership. Our new president is Terry Kirsch, and she has been on EVA board before at various roles, including Treasury. Vice president is now Kate Crook. She used to be at the policy team. She works during day at Linkwell. Treasurer now is Andy Fraser. He's working at eMotion. Vice President for Communications and Public Affairs is John Hyam. John Hyam is also a long-standing member of the board, EVA board. Lots of experience there. Secretary is Elvia Thompson. And there are also new members. Charlotte Epi. She's working at Black Bumble. And for information, Elaine Borseth, the outgoing president, she has been the president for 3 years before she had another roles, vice president, and etc. She is still board member, very valuable as a matter of fact. Now the long-awaited debrief from the meeting, national meeting in Schenectady on May 22 to 4th. And the reason why I have it here, because I thought to have it within the national EVA updates. So apologize. But we were so excited because 2 awards went to New Jersey. EV Young Professional of the Year Award to Ashley Linqua. Ashley is our policy lead and a board member of New Jersey EVA. And EV City of the Year, and that went to Madison Borough. Madison has lots of programs, and they have their own utility, and also they are EVAL certified. If you would like to learn more, if you would like to become EVAL certified, let me know. In my day job at Easy Ride, one of the programs is EVA certification. EVA certification is for employers who advance sustainable transportation by offering workplace charging and other sustainable transportation actions, including public transportation, carpooling, bikes, micromobility, and favorable policy. So please let me know if you're interested. And we had also several attendees from New Jersey, too many to count. If I had more time to prepare this deck, I will show you some pictures, but unfortunately, you just have to go with the link that I showed on one of the previous slides. Now let's switch gears to the Tesla Superchargers removal from New Jersey Turnpike. But maybe before we switch gears, because it's a different topic, do you have any questions on what I just said? Three, two, one.
None.
None. Okay. Let's move to the next topic. Very hot topic indeed. And I tell you that none of us had any idea what's going on here until this triggering post on X, the former Twitter, on May 30th, 2025. And that was, of course, by Tesla, complaining that, hey, NJTA, Turnpike Authority, has chosen sole third-party charging provider, read Apple Green, to serve the New Jersey Turnpike and is not allowing Tesla to co-locate. As a result, NJTA requested that all 64 existing supercharging stalls on New Jersey Turnpike to be removed and be decommissioned. Lots of outcry, lots of complaints from community, because most EVs in United States and in New Jersey are still Teslas, and not to have the ability to charge along Turnpike is a big hassle. But on the map that you see, and I showed only part of the post, is that Tesla was actually preparing for that. They were installing superchargers along the exits. And so after that, it was just the rain of articles, Electrek, NJ.com, Inside EVs, New York Times, various discussion boards, including Reddit. And, these are just some of the examples. And they all appears to reiterate the same story. And there was also early on a video by Out of Spec Reviews. You can see on the top left. They had also Tom Malagany, our member and leader of our State of Charge YouTube channel. Here is the link that you can watch it. It's over 44 minutes. I'd also added another random guy who was also making video, just to show that there was lots of noise about it. So we resolved that we would like to learn and understand it a little bit more. So not that we figured out everything, but at least here is the timeline, what we know so far. And it may not be complete, but let's start with 2014, when New Jersey Turnpike Authority signed pilot license agreement with Tesla. They allow them to install 8 superchargers. Don't know exactly in which rest centers, rest stops they were, but they were 8 superchargers. And just to make it clear, it was a license agreement, and they were not given any funds to do it, and they were also not asked to share any revenue. In February 2020, they signed comprehensive license agreement, and they agreed to install 64 Tesla supercharger stalls by 2023. Which months in 2023, it was not entirely clear. But as you know, at that time, Tesla was not even thinking about opening supercharger network to anyone else. So it was clear that these will be only for Teslas. But then Biden went into office. And on February 23rd, Tesla announced that superchargers will be opening to all. It was under Biden pressure because Biden administration wanted to support growing infrastructure and making sure that it's for everyone. On the same day when it was announced, I think it was, no, actually, it was announced on February 15th. And on February 23rd, the first Magic Dog appeared in Brewster, New York superchargers. It was very exciting, lots of videos, everybody was testing them. And so that was the first time that Tesla actually showed that they are willing to open to others. And during 2023, almost all superchargers in New York State were equipped with Magic Dogs. I actually remember that our family was traveling to Niagara Falls in our Chevy Bolt at the end of the May during the Memorial Day weekend, and we stopped at one of the Tesla superchargers and we did charge, and it was fantastic experience. It was expensive, but hey, it was available, and that was very important. Now, about 2 months later, NJTA decided that they will give full agreement to Apple Green to install charging stations along not just Turnpike, but also Garden State Parkway, which means, and now Apple Green, I had no idea about Apple Green before, but now I do. So Apple Green is a company, Irish company, that is the biggest in the world when it comes to being expert in service stops. They operate them across Europe and even in the United States. So New Jersey Turnpike Authority signed contract with them that they will be they will have the exclusive contract to service all the rest stops along New Jersey Turnpike and Garden State Parkway. I'm not sure exactly when the contract was signed, but what is important is the amendment, which now included the fast charging, and they called it universal, of course, because it's a governmental organization and they want to make sure that it's for everyone. However, that contract had no reference to Tesla. Why should it, right? But there was no reference in the public domain as for like what's going on with the contract with Tesla. But also what is interesting to note that the contract with Apple Green included also the fast charging for trucks. I'm not sure whether there was any reference to the protocol, but the protocol for trucks charging was not clear at that time. And I don't think it's resolved today, but they have more leeway, more timing to install it. But also what is interesting that Apple Green received 25.7 million from NJTA, right? So Tesla didn't get anything and Apple Green got some money. But there is also another difference. While NJTA was not asking for revenue share with Tesla, it's now asking for 5 to 15% revenue share from Apple Green. And that sounds like the pricing can only go up. And then after April 2023, I call it kind of dead zone because there is no information in public domain, at least at this point. So what is interesting that after April 2023, and at that time, Tesla had already 64 stalls across the entire New Jersey Turnpike. They could have retrofit them with Magic Dock, but they didn't. But instead, what they did, they installed superchargers along turnpike exits, and actually a lot of them. I think the number is 116. And New Jersey Turnpike Authority does not extend any license with Tesla. Why? Who was saying no? We don't know. We are still researching it. And then the next information we received was in May 2025, May 30th, when Elon Musk made post on X that superchargers are now being shut down. They cannot co-locate. Apple Green has the exclusive license, I should say license contract to install universal chargers, and they have only a few units, and they are more expensive across New York and Connecticut, while Tesla in New Jersey is much cheaper. But in reality, it's such that the contract is calling that Apple Green must install 80 stalls, fast charging stalls by the end of the year. There could be gap between now and end of the year. But what is also interesting that these are high quality universal Alpitronic hyperchargers, that they have very good experience with them elsewhere. Regarding pricing, what is interesting, if you go to Apple Green website, they don't disclose pricing. You have to install app. And on the app, it says that in New Jersey, the pricing is 35 cents per kilowatt hour, which is pretty good price for fast charging. Needless to say, it's true that in New York and Connecticut, they are charging 59 cents per kilowatt hour. So that's really on the higher end. And Tesla is more consistent with their charging. I've heard references about 39 cents per kilowatt hour. So although Tesla cannot guarantee consistent pricing because they have to negotiate price with each individual utility. So that's where we are. Questions? Anybody knows more?
No. In regarding the price, our public service bill just went up, and the retail price now for a kilowatt is 27 cents, all in the delivery charge, the actual cost of the power that they're delivering to you, adding it all up and dividing by the number of kilowatts worked out to 27 cents.
That's a little bit more than the 20% that they were talking about, no?
Yeah, yeah, it
How much was
floored
it
me when,
before?
yeah, it floored me when I did the math for the bill. Um, it's
Wasn't
almost supercharger price or
wasn't it wasn't it
Alpatronic charger.
wasn't it? But you are talking about your home price, right?
Public service, yeah, the regular retail
Yeah.
price without
How much
any
was it
discount.
last month? Was it less than 20 cents?
Oh, it was 22 cents.
Oh, you got 22 cents.
And then it
Ah,
became 27 cents.
okay.
So
5 cents extra.
when you're multiplying it by 1,000 kilowatts, it turns into money.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of
It's not
money.
just the nickel.
Yeah. I do not have that clear picture about the pricing because I have a solar system and I have time of use service,
Hmm.
and I'm buying only off peak. Um, so I'm not sure. Well, actually, the reading was on June June 5th. Okay, so I should be actually receiving the bill now. Yeah.
Right. My
So
my period ending June 5th was the most recent bill.
so I'm curious about the off peak. I'll definitely will go up. How much? I don't know. Ashley, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you want me to provide context for why everybody's electric bills are going up. That way, if the folks at home need that additional context and they need to understand it, I can
Um,
kind of provide that extra layer.
uh, I want to, this is very important. I want to a little bit hold off because I want to stay about this current topic. Do you have
Yeah, no
something
problem.
to say about this Tesla removal?
Not about the Tesla removal, but
Hmm.
since we had started getting onto the topic of how much it's going to cost people to charge,
Right,
I didn't want people to start to panic between
right,
how much is it going to cost people to charge at home versus how much it might
right.
cost them to charge in
Yeah,
public spaces. So I'll let you finish up on this topic, and then if you want, we can circle back to that.
yeah. We have a few people on the call. It's possible that everybody is aware of it, but we are recording it, and those who are watching the recording later, they may benefit from it. So, Ashley, go ahead. Ashley?
Awesome. So, yeah, no problem. I was just
Mhm.
unmuting myself again. So, to give everybody a little bit of context, the first thing to kind of dispel is the idea that PSE&G, JCP&L, Atlantic City Electric, or Orange and Rockland are the ones who are facilitating or are the cause of this increase. And what we're going to dispel that right from the jump. The cause of this is actually coming from the entity which is managing all electric service and all supply and demand in the entire region, which is an entity called PJM. And what had happened is that we have something called BGS, which is Basic Generation Service. And what's happening is that when they were trying to do the last, I guess you could say, understanding of sale for what is happening, supply and demand, all the way in the region, when the last management of all of that was happening, they had determined that too many suppliers had gone offline, had stopped supplying the necessary amounts of service. At the same time, that demand, all of the different load that was coming online. Think of the giant data centers that are happening all around the country, not just in New Jersey, but across all of PJM, which is actually in multiple states all around us, was all coming online at the same time, along with all of the much larger energy users that are around the country. What's happening is that we have all of this load coming online at the same time that we have all of these other energy users who are supplying us saying, oh, we're no longer needed. Congratulations, we're going to go offline, whether that's natural gas, whether that's coal. Because of all of those are being sunsetted, we had this disconnect in what PJM had forecasted, thinking that they weren't going to need this. They'd been very conservative in previous years. They're always very conservative. And as a result, this past year was the biggest jump that they had ever seen in doing this calculation and in going out to service and saying, all right, what is the clearing price for what you can offer? And all of the suppliers couldn't clear the price, which is the cause as to why when everybody came in, they had to offer a much higher price in order to provide electric generation for this entire region known as PJM, which is inclusive of New Jersey, which is why all of us now have to pay a much higher cost for electricity, not just in New Jersey, but in the entire region in order for us to be able to get the electricity we need at the amount that we need because of how much load we've got. There's a lot of stuff happening across the region for all electricity. And because of that, we're going to see a big jump. We've actually seen a lot of legislation at the state level. I believe if you've seen some news articles, you've got the NJBPU with President Gul Sadovi, and you've also got Governor Murphy, who have been talking about relief and the amount of $100 for basic customers and a little bit more if you're an income eligible customer. So if you're trying to plug in your electric vehicle and you're not like Stan and I, and you've got solar and you're charging off of clean energy from your roof, and you are having to charge your car here at home versus if you're charging at a public charging station, it's going to feel a little bit different starting now in June. So those prices are going to be a little bit different, and they expected that to be around 17% for most electric utilities here in the state of New Jersey. So that's your quick breakdown.
Finding is, when electricity is expensive, then your solar system will be paid back faster, and there will be more incentives to go solar, even though there is a looming a bill called a Beautiful that is planning to kill the 30% federal tax credit on the installation of solar system. But again, the silver lining is that you have, or we have another set of motivation, which is the price of electricity is higher, and people will feel it like instantly on their bill, which also in paradox means that the wind energy will also be more will pay back if it's ever allowed, which doesn't look likely in New Jersey. And that would be another story and another warm box. So I don't want to go into that. So let's move on. Drive Electric Earthmon's volunteering opportunity. We never stop. The next one is this weekend. It's in Bordentown. It's a green fair. This is actually the only show in New Jersey under the shade of trees. Pretty much all vehicles are under the shade of trees. I've been there before. It's a wonderful venue. The captain is Patrick McDevitt. And excuse me, if you would like to register, please email him directly. We also continue having our first responder EV awareness events with Easy Ride and with Mike Hornsby. The next one is scheduled next Tuesday, June 17th at 7 p.m. at Highlands Fire Department. That is in Monmouth County. We need more vehicles, more volunteers to show up. Please register on the Drive Electric Earthmon's website. The next one in July, it hasn't been scheduled yet, but we are targeting Alamuchi Fire Department. That's in Warren County. Another venues that are on the list are in Camden County, I think Cherry Hill Fire Department, and we still have lots of outstanding requests from Bergen County. If you would like to have your first responder event scheduled in your area, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to put you on the list. Here are our partners. We are very grateful for the collaboration. As I mentioned, Sustainable Jersey, lots of TMAs, RideWise, Easy Ride, Go Hunterdon, Greater Mercer, TMA, and Cross Country Connection now is our partner, as we have on the call Anya Saretsky. We have a good relationship with Sierra Club, Charge EVC, NJ Car, state agencies such as New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, also BPU to a lesser degree. New Jersey Clean Cities Coalition, of course. Caroline is a wonderful person to work with. Tri-County Sustainability, it's a kind of a green team equivalent for 3 counties of Burlington, Camden, and Gloucester. And we are very grateful to Lucid, Rivian, and we also partner with Tesla Owners Delaware Valley Club. Just to mention that we are open for sponsorship options at level 1, level 2, and DC fast charging sponsor tier from $500 to $2,000, and we offer lots of perks. Our current year is up, and we are open for sponsorship. And one of the major things that we want to do is to order another round of t-shirts. Our t-shirts include names of our sponsors. So if you would like to have your companies featured on our t-shirts, please contact us, and we'll be more than happy to accept your sponsorship gift. Our next meeting is scheduled for July 8th. As always, it's second Tuesday in a month. I was about to cancel it, but then Ashley Linqua stepped in and she said, hey, I can handle it. So Ashley will be the moderator next time. The only thing it's set in stone is the date and Ashley, and everything else will be available later on. So I'm going to stop the recording now.